Welcome, everybody, to Who's Your Band. I am Jeffrey Paul. I am joined by my co-host, Sean Morton. Hello, Sean.
Hello, Jeffrey.
What is happening with you?
Not much, man. Not much. Just living the dream and working and sleeping and working and sleeping and working and sleeping, and that's about it.
You're doing a lot of working, a lot of sleeping.
Little sleeping, more working.
Have you gone to any shows since we last talked?
Yes. I actually went to see Clutch at Starland Ballroom.
Oh, that's pretty big. How was that?
It was a Thursday night, and Starland holds 1,700, I think, and there was 1,850 people there.
Really? It was that crowded for Clutch?
Thursday night, yeah. And then Corrosion of Conformity opened up for them, which I don't know if you're a fan of them or not, but they're
Who opened for them?
Corrosion of Conformity.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, you probably know like their songs Albatross and Clean My Wounds. They were pretty popular in the 90s, but they opened up. And
why would that show play at Starland?
They always play Starland. Clutch always plays Starland. They usually do
aren't they bigger?
No.
They play like the Wellmont?
They can do the Wellmont too. The same thing, yeah. But they usually do a winter show. Like literally, it's right after. It's usually in between Christmas and New Year's. Every year they play Starland, and last year was the first year they took it off. So this was like the first show.
No, sure. Did you go to the show, or were you there virtually?
I went to the show. Why would you say that?
And what are you a comedian?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So continue.
The fuck was that all about?
That was about, I wanted to get the experience of what happened to me last night.
Okay.
I'm doing a show this Friday night in Connecticut. Are you familiar? There used to be something called Treehouse Comedy.
Yeah, I work for them all the time.
Okay. Well, they're no longer around. And I guess this guy must have picked up the slack of, or the area where Treehouse Comedy is.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm working out there this Friday night. And they wanted to interview me for I don't know why. I don't know who listens to this, but supposedly he markets it, and this guy's a radio guy. And I listened to it today, and he kept interrupting me and asking me, were you there live or was it virtual? And then he would ask me a question like, Sean, did you go see Clutch this weekend?
Yeah, last weekend.
And you're from New Jersey?
So basically you're pissed off at the guy interviewing you the same way that you interview everybody else.
I'm not like, if I'm like that, then you have to stop me. I've been
trying to for 6 years, and you keep doing it the same way.
I don't ask a question and then have some insane follow-up question that doesn't proceed.
Oh, really? So we were on tour with Kiss in the middle of Argentina, and then there's this girl on the ground who has this mountains of cocaine on her body, and thousands of people came in here. Well, hold on. What high school did you go to?
That never happened. I didn't go stop. What high school do you go to? If I did, maybe that was early on in our careers doing this, but I do not do that. But I did like to ask about high schools.
Jesus Christ.
I went back and listened to some old shows. Yeah, I was very obsessed with high school.
Just a bit.
I'd like to know what people were like in high school.
All right. I was quiet. I was a quiet boy.
You're probably a fat little pain in the ass kid.
I was not a pain in the ass. I was fat. I kept to myself. I didn't bother anybody. I wasn't the beacon of self-confidence and self-esteem that I am right now, Jeffrey. You have to understand that came with time.
Yeah, we had two different type of childhoods.
Yeah,
I was a loudmouth. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you could see that. I really did like being the center of attention. I always was kind of funny in high school and junior high school. Oh yeah.
Were you the class clown?
I was voted funniest boy in school.
Funniest boy. Okay. Now it's probably under one category. We don't want to assume that you're a boy now, Jeff.
Yes. But I was thinking when I was being interviewed, I kept thinking of you. I'm like, I wish Sean would be part of this interview because I think at one point you've been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because if you ask
I've
me,
done that. No, I've done that.
yeah, but
I've
the thing
had
is,
shitty interviews too, dude. I've had horrible fucking interviews. And there was one, they had every fact wrong. And it was, I think it was for like Rowan University or something. Like, it was some school around Princeton by Catch, and they wanted us to.
okay, no, it wasn't Roman, it was Ryder.
Ryder, yeah.
Yeah, you probably did the Bronx.
Yeah, and they got every question wrong, and I just went completely off script. I was just being a complete, more of an asshole than I normally am, but I had to have them. Yeah, they had to cut the interview short. I was just being.
Now, when you did the interview, did you do it virtually, or were you in studio?
I did it on the phone. Yeah, virtually.
And what you have a day job as well?
Yeah, at the time I did. Yeah.
This was the questioning. This is how the question
prepared, obviously.
Yeah. Well, we're always much more prepared. I think that's what we pride ourselves on now, is that we're very prepared.
Well, you're prepared.
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Speaking of prepared, a couple of things. So, leading up to the contest season, and we did an episode about shows we're looking forward to seeing.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned one of the shows I really wanted to see this season is Triumph. They haven't played in over 20 years. They're as a touring act, and now they're touring. They're not touring as a three-piece. They knew who's in the band now.
No.
We're playing on stage with them. Who's the guitar player for Bon Jovi?
Richie Sambora.
No, he's not the guitar player for He hasn't been for 20
I forget
years.
his name. I know who you're talking about.
Phil X. Phil X.
Phil X. Okay. Yep.
He's playing with Triumph. He's on tour with them. And
He's a great hired gun. He's a great hired gun.
Right. So they have a couple of young guys, but it doesn't quite make Triumph. And I watched, they had put the opening night on YouTube, and you can go and watch it now if you'd like. But what I went back and watched it a couple of times, and they sounded absolutely horrible.
So you're going to all the shows, right?
I am not. I don't know if I can go. Sometimes you just want to leave with your memories on top.
Well, listen, that's why I'm not going to Guns N' Roses again, because the last time I saw them, it was a really bad show.
Yeah, it's so disappointing because I looked at the set list and they're playing the songs I like, and the second song right off the bat is Spellbound, which is this great song. And listen, Rick Emmett is in his 70s. The music, they had to change, I guess, the keys. You're more of a musician than I am, but it doesn't sound right. He can't sing. He was a great singer, a very high singer. And when you get older, you can't hit those notes anymore. But it sounds slow. It sounds different. And it doesn't have the edge. Lay It on the Line was unrecognizable. I hate to bash a band that I love, but I don't know if I can go see this show.
So don't. If you know ahead of time, you're saving yourself the aggravation. And it has to go to Long Island too, right?
That's right.
Yeah, no. You answered your own question.
Okay. This is something I want to get the two of you in on. Last week, at the end of the week, there was a verdict. I don't know if you guys caught this. Live Nation and Ticketmaster were found that they were actually a monopoly.
Yep. I don't know how they're going to break it up, to be honest. I think what they'll probably do is keep Ticketmaster and make Live Nation more of a landing point for artists, for music releases and things kind of like where MySpace kind of did. Instead of being the social media, then they kind of shifted over to music. I could see them doing that.
But doesn't Live Nation also, don't they own the venues? Yeah,
they own the venues. Yeah, Ticketmaster does more of the ticket part, and Live Nation does the actual ownership.
And then there are certain bands. Well, let me ask you something, Sean, and maybe I may have to talk to you off the air about this. Have you ever booked bands before?
I booked my own band. Yeah.
Have you ever booked other bands besides your band?
Yeah, I have, but not through Live Nation or anything like that locally.
What about you, Adam? Have you?
Have I ever booked a band?
Have you ever booked bands? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Okay. So certain bands, say, let's just take a band, a random, like a band like Quiet Riot. They would have to only play Live Nation venues. If not, they can play a venue, but it has to be X amount of miles away from a Live Nation venue. So it could be a little sticky. I would love to see ticket prices come down. I do believe that this is clearly a monopoly. Am I right?
Well, there's a lot of, and you make fun of me with this too, but it was WrestleMania weekend this weekend, and ticket prices were so astronomical that
That's what I heard.
They had to cut prices last week, like 25% over 4 days.
What were prices initially?
From what I remember seeing, like, all right, so the first time that I went was probably in 2013, and that was at MetLife. I had 13th row from the stage. I paid $400.
Fair.
So those are fair prices. That same seat now was $15,000.
That's impossible.
That's not impossible. That's the exact price. So upper level.
To go see WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Some asshole's going to pay $15,000.
No, some assholes paid $35,000 for the ringside seats with the fan experience as well too.
You can buy a car for that money.
You can buy a mobile home. You could buy an RV and never be homeless ever again, or you can sit and watch men roll around in their tights.
I don't get that, man.
So they had a big.
Are they getting it?
No, because they played Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, which holds a good 72,000, right?
Yeah,
and 50,000 a night. So they put 2/3 of the seats in, and that they still sold a lot of tickets, but upper level seats in the higher tiers, like, talk about the last 5-10 rows, are going for the same price that I paid for 13th row 12 years ago.
Why wouldn't you just watch it on pay-per-view?
And that's the thing. That's what you do. You watch it on TV because at least you have the commentary. You can hear what's going on. When you're there live, you can't hear the commentary. It's just what you're watching.
Yeah. So when you go to an event like that live, I remember taking my son to wrestling matches, and I guess if you had someone who was good in the ring, say like a Chris Jericho, it was kind of exciting. But when you go to something as big as WrestleMania or a Raw, I've never done that. You don't get to hear what they're saying, like what you see on TV.
No, not at all.
So don't you lose a lot?
You lose a lot of it, especially if you're into it for the commentary as well. I mean, some people don't really care, but like I don't prefer to going live anymore. A lot of my friends would go all the time, and I would always kind of lay back because for me, it's just not as – I like the whole full experience. It's cool to be there, but like for me, I'd rather do more of the fan experience stuff. Like, again, it's like going to a football game. Would you rather sit in the second to last row of a Jet game, or if they said for the same price, you can go to the American Dream and go to a full Jets fan experience where you can meet players and, see exhibits and old memorabilia and stuff like that. I go to that all the time.
Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, football is a sport that's really made more for TV.
Yeah.
And, it's big. I mean, they're able to follow it better now than ever before. Going to a football game, I used to be a Jets season ticket holder. I mean, listen, I'm a glutton for punishment. Mm-hmm. I used to be a Nets season ticket holder. I had Net season tickets. I had Jets season tickets. I mean, I used to go all the time.
So you like to just literally throw money away?
Throw money away on teams that just absolutely suck, that just break my heart all the time. But football is one of those sports. Yeah, I mean, you could sit as far down. It's great because you're hearing the hitting and everything. Mm-hmm. But if you really want to enjoy a football game, it's easily the best sport to watch on TV.
Sure. Basketball is pretty cool to watch live.
Basketball's better live.
Hockey's better live.
Hockey's better. Well, hockey, you can't televise it. The puck is too small. The game is too fast. You're so much better off going live.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, so these prices are they're literally just pricing out normal fans. Like if I had two kids who wanted to, who loved my friend. He has twin daughters. They've gone to these wrestling things, and it costs him thousands of dollars because he wants to bring his kids to go see them too. And it's only because it became this big corporation, this big monopoly, kind of like what Ticketmaster is too. They're owned by this company called TKO. So they merged UFC and WWE together. So the prices for everything are just, you can't touch them.
So with this ruling, this is the question I want to ask the two of you guys, is do you think this will affect ticket pricing, or do you think it'll be delayed and ticket prices will stay the same, or do you think we'll see something, a little bit of relief this summer?
I don't think you'll see any relief at all. I think they'll figure out a loophole, and they'll figure out a way to keep the pricing the same, whether it's going to be if they lower the actual ticket price, but then your fees are going to go up for some level, whether it's going to be like a venue fee or something to that nature.
How is that? This is what I don't get. How is that even legal? There's no, if you're not even getting a physical ticket anymore, you have to have on your phone. You have to get their app, and then you have to be charged this insane fees.
Yep. I mean, look, you could still not do the app. You can go get paper tickets, but then you got to wait on a line to get them.
Really? I have very rarely seen a paper ticket.
Yeah, if you go to Starland, because they're not through Ticketmaster, through Access.
Small independent venue.
Well, they're through Access, which is still it's the second biggest in the country, but you can get paper tickets at least for those shows. Which, if I can have a choice, I always get a paper ticket.
I love a paper ticket.
Yeah. So
we are a couple of weeks out before we start the summer concert season.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
I was hoping some prices would come down. Either way, I mean, I am going to wind up going. I told you I already got my Rush tickets, right? Got Rush tickets. Not too bad. Just like one level right above the orchestra. I'm going with my friends. With the fees, $390.
That's insane.
Not really.
That's a car payment.
Dude,
to go see 2/3 of a shit band.
I was willing to pay up to $600.
Well, God bless you, Jeff.
I love this band.
Those city bar gigs pay off.
Yeah. Adam, you there?
Yep, I am here.
All right, Adam. So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about bands that were nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And do we have the nominee list? I thought I still had it in my phone. I don't.
Let me see if
just who was nominated, and then who got in. And I thought a couple we nailed pretty well, and then there were a couple that were, to me, absolute shockers.
There was a couple shockers on there for me too. Couple.
And pull up at least who was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who's going to be part of the class of 2026? And I was reading a statement today by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, how they're very excited and how this is one of the most diverse groups. Like, who gives a shit if it's diverse? It's supposed to be about music. It's supposed to be about rock and roll. And I'm going to say probably half the groups on this are not rock and roll.
Well, 3 of them don't belong in.
3 of them absolutely don't belong. Let's start at the top. I think when we did our little list, I think we all agreed Phil Collins really needed to go in.
And I'm
right?
happy that this little studio singing bastard's finally going in.
What songs do you think they wind up doing from him? If you're Phil Collins, you got to pick, say, 3 songs. Say he may not sing them. But you're going to pay tribute. You're going to do 3 Phil Collins songs. What 3 songs do you think?
Gotta Go In the Air Tonight.
Yep. I would think that's one.
They'll probably do a Genesis song too, I would think, right?
No, it's not. No, you can't do Genesis.
All right, so gotta do In the Air Tonight, Sussudio, and Take Me Home. Easy Lover.
Oh, I would go with Take Me Home.
I was going to say Take Me Home, but Easy Lover, I think, because you can do a duet and bring somebody else in to do it too.
Yeah, I know this won't be as one of them, but a song that I always love by him, Something Happened on the Way to Heaven.
It's a great song. It's one of his better ones.
Yeah, great video too.
Mm-hmm.
with the dog.
I'm very happy he's going in because he doesn't seem to be long for this earth. So I'm glad he's getting the recognition while he's alive.
Now, what did we think? Do we put Billy Idol in? I thought he deserved it.
I think he's absolutely deserves going in. Absolutely. I mean, if you look, he's not this, poetic genius like a Tom Waits or something like that. The guy's just a rock and roll dude who sings rock and roll songs. And you know what? The 80s and 90s
He's just a rock and roll guy who sings rock and roll songs, who wears rock and roll clothes, who has a rock and roll hairstyle.
That's it, man. That's all it is.
He's just rock and roll.
And he was great in The Wedding Singer, too. So, Billy Idol absolutely deserves to be in there.
Yeah, I agree, man. I love Billy Idol.
The three songs are easy. I mean, it's got to be Rebel Yell, Dancing with Myself.
How about White Wedding?
White Wedding, and then you could throw in Cradle of Love, too.
But there's so many other great songs, too. There's Eyes Without a Face, Flesh for Fantasy. I love one of my favorite songs that, again, he won't do it, would be Blue Highway.
Yeah, I won't play that for the Hall of Fame, but that's a great one. But I think it's a no-brainer for him. I do love the fact that
you never know, because sometimes bands go deep into a catalog. Like I like The Cure, and when The Cure got inducted, they did "Shake Dog Shake," which nobody saw coming.
There's also a big musical difference between The Cure and fucking Billy Idol too.
And you see, this is why you were hated in high school. Because you miss the point. It's about like, sometimes these artists, do they pick a deep cut song, something for the fans? They'll give you two of the commercial hits, the bigger ones, and then they'll do one for the fans. Could Billy Idol or Phil Collins or any of these guys do something like that?
I don't think either one of those two will do it. No, I don't think they do that. I think if Maiden was going to perform, I think they might be the ones to pull that off, but they made that call that even though after years and years of you begging the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to get them in, and they finally listened, they put them in, they are not going to perform, which I think is, that's pretty rock and roll on top of all of it too, but they don't want to disrupt their tour. They're going to be in Australia at the time of the inductions.
This is why this is my favorite band. I love Maiden. They're not sellouts. They are who they are. They don't change. They don't play a power ballad. They're not fucking the Scorpions. Where they have to do Winds of Change. Maiden, everything is a gallop. Everything is almost with that fast, I guess it's 8/8 time. They did change, and I think Adam, you may have brought it up in the chat. It was either you or Sean. I know I didn't, but one of you guys had text that they had added Blaze Bayley to the list of inductees.
I think they had to, because it wasn't like he was a one-off like Gary.
No, 3 albums.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 records. So I think he absolutely deserves to go in there.
Yeah, what would you say the best song would be? The Clairvoyant?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a song that they still do in their sets now. But if you're gonna go Diano, 2 great albums. If you Dickinson, you have to put. If you're gonna put Dennis Stratton in, who's maybe on a half an album, you had to put Blaze Bayley in. So I was really glad to see that. And if you were part of like an all-star band and they're going to do Maiden songs, what do you think they would be doing?
They do The Trooper. They do.
Would you do anything from the Diano era?
No, they probably do The Trooper. They probably do Run to the Hills.
Run to the Hills is probably the most commercial song.
And what I like to see, or I would love to see Wasted Years, which is my personal favorite song, but I won't play that. I'd probably do Number of the Beast.
See, if it was me, I think you would have to go one Diano era, and I think you would have to do Murders in the Rue Morgue or
Running Free.
Well, Running Free isn't that still that's what's his name? That's Bruce.
No, that's Paul Diano, isn't it?
No.
Huh.
Um,
All right.
no. So I probably would go Wrathchild.
Okay.
And then I would probably have to go. I mean, my favorite Maiden song is "Hallowed Be Thy Name,"
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd either be a pick between "Fear of the Dark" or "The Evil That Men Do."
Fear of the Dark, I would say. I would go with that route.
Great song, great live song. Who would they get to sing this stuff? Maybe what's his name? Halford.
Miles Kennedy, Halford. There's a bunch of Wolfie would probably be able to pull that off too.
Oh, man, that would be great.
Lindsay Hale. There's tons of people.
Yeah.
A lot of the chick singers. You'll probably get Taylor Momsen from the Pretty Reckless.
I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Maiden because it's been so many years. And finally, and I wonder, they'll probably show some tribute, but I wonder if they will have like an all-star band come up and do a little medley.
They might do one or two songs. I don't think they'll probably do like a medley or one or two full songs, I would think. All the rock people will be there. So you probably have Dave Grohl and Slash and all those people will be playing in a power band,
Love this band. I'm telling you, man, if they were to be there and play, I would go. I haven't been to the Hall of Fame in years.
Yeah, I went to one. It was good, but it's got to be somebody monstrous for me to go back to do it again.
I used to work these things, right?
Yes, Jeff. You also used to own a record store. You used to work for CBS Records. You used to go on tour with Springsteen. You drove fucking David Bowie. You met Paul McCartney. I know.
Sean, did I do any of these things virtually, or was I there live?
Those are in person.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. And you're also an actor too, right? Okay, just wanted.
Yes, I've been in multiple B-rated movies.
Yeah, I think I remember you most from your role. Adam, do you remember seeing Sean at his most famous role? He used to play Grimace in the McDonald's commercials.
Oh God, Jeff, I really don't know anymore. I really don't. Like I used to have blurred lines when it came to this topic, but like I don't know if you really are just that much of a hack, or if you think that gets under my skin. It doesn't get under my skin. I've been fat jokes for 49 years. It makes no difference to me. I think you really just are that much of a hack.
You're a baby.
Far from a baby.
You're a baby. You're a baby Yui.
Oh wow, that's a great 1940s reference, Jeff. Anything else?
Yes, the next show that we do.
What, no Fatty Arbuckle reference, Jeff?
No, I don't. What's Fatty Arbuckle?
Okay. Continue.
Fatty Morton. Okay, what? I'm sorry. Here we go. What about Joy Division New Order?
One of the three doesn't belong in this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction class.
Is that who you don't think belongs in there?
One of the three, yeah.
Okay. I was a little surprised to see that they had made it.
Me too.
And I think I don't understand why. I mean, what they represent a different type of music than anyone else on this list.
They purposely went out to try and make the most diverse class you could possibly find.
I agree with that. Do you know any of their songs?
I know Bizarre Love Triangle, Blue Monday.
Blue Monday, good song.
And
those would probably be the two songs that they would do. And then if you're going to have to do Joy Division, you would have to do Love Will Tear Us Apart.
Yeah. That's about all I know. From that, those three songs are it.
Adam, did we kind of pretty much nail that one? Adam is probably listening to the new Wet Leg.
He's listening to the new Wet Leg fucking live EP.
Okay, so we have Joy Division, New Order. Oasis, did they deserve to get in?
100%.
Why?
I think there was probably no bigger pop rock band in the 90s and 2000s than Oasis. If you look at it, I think they absolutely deserve to go in. But again, it also falls into that category that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does, where when a band gets back together after a while and they're not in the Hall of Fame, the next year, miraculously, they're in the Hall of Fame. So I played a part in it, but No, I think they absolutely deserve to be in there. They
So
do. I think that's easy.
With that thinking, does next year the Guess Who get in?
Who?
The Guess Who.
Why?
We're going to use your theory. A band that hasn't been together for a while. I'm
talking about a real band that people actually give a shit about.
You know, just when I think you can't get any dumber. How can you say that about the Guess Who?
You want to compare the Guess Who and Oasis?
They're Canadian royalty.
Do you want to compare the Guess Who and Oasis?
Who has the biggest song? Who has
Oasis?
Oasis did not have the biggest song.
How do you figure?
What? Give me Oasis's biggest song.
Then what? American Woman?
Yes. What did Oasis have?
Champagne Supernova, Live Forever, Wonderwall. For fuck's sake.
Wonderwall may be up there with it. Champagne Supernova is not nowhere near what American Woman is.
Live Forever. Dude, they could pick 4 Oasis songs that are bigger than that song.
They're not bigger than American Woman is one of the all-time biggest songs.
Just like always, Jeffrey.
And then we can add on. We can add on No Time, Share the Land.
Jeff, you could be making up
These eyes is a huge song.
You could be making up names of songs because the Guess Who has one good song. You could be saying, the Prairie Lands. That's a great song too.
That's a great song.
The Long Dark Road. Oh my God, they played that?
The Long Dark Road talks about someone's life journey. See, a guy like you're too shallow to understand something like that, where you have to listen to a song like Don't Look Back in Anger, which rips off the Beatles.
Well, every song Oasis ever did ripped off the Beatles too, but they were still fantastic.
Okay, but I do like Oasis. But I was kind of like, I don't know if they're really Rock and Roll Hall of Fame worthy. There are other bands I think that need to go in who have just as many, if not bigger hits.
Nah, Oasis 100% goes in.
Yep.
3 songs are easy. It's Wonderwall. It's Champagne Supernova and Live Forever.
I'd put Blur in over Oasis.
Oh my God. You just like to be contradictory. That's all it is.
I do. But come on, Blur is kind of like the punk rock version of Oasis.
No.
You don't even know who Blur is.
Song number 2. Yes, I'm well aware who Blur is. Woo! Yeah, I get it. Great fucking
Oasis does not have a song like that.
What?
Yeah. They have Cigars and Milk.
So Blur doesn't have a song number 2.
What's that, Adam?
It's Cigarettes and Milk.
Songs ever written.
That's right.
I mean, but here's the thing between Oasis and the Guess Who. Does the Guess Who have any songs that an entire bar would sing together?
American Woman.
No, I mean, like Oasis has 3 that. I mean,
more than
people doing American Woman in karaoke.
Don't Look Back in Anger. Everybody would sing that one.
Right.
All right, Chicago is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What sing-alongs do they have? So is that what we're basing on, sing-alongs?
You're the inspiration.
No one sings along with that.
I do every time I hear it.
And I bet you cry too. Do you cry at movies?
No, only La Bamba at the end.
And did it really break your heart when she goes, Richie?
Every time he screams Richie at the end of this last scene, I'm like a widow watching her wedding video.
You terrible. Cry at La Bamba?
Every time at the end.
Adam, you ever cry at a movie?
Of course.
What do you cry at? What movie makes you cry?
Roots.
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave.
Schindler's List.
He's like, 12 years. Let me watch it backwards so it has a happy ending. Come on, Adam. What makes you cry?
Oh, I'm trying to think of which movie. It's been a while, though, since I've seen a movie that's made me cry.
Please say The Notebook.
Are you a man? You watched Sean, you watched The Notebook?
Yeah, I did when it first came out.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I was getting those screeners at the time, when the Academy Awards are going out, and I would get all like the advanced copies of the best movie nominations. So I watched everything.
I mean, if you're doing it, I guess for some type of work or whatever crazy thing you're doing,
Yeah.
I guess that's okay. But I never watched Beaches. I never watched Steel Magnolias. But there was a movie that made me cry. Oh, one of my friends, he admitted that he cried during Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Yeah, the part with the old man.
I can remember the first movie I ever cried at. It was The Great Santini with Robert Duvall.
Oh, yeah.
Never saw it when they killed Toomer. Dude, I can remember bawling my eyes out as a little kid.
The movie, I didn't see it.
Well, it's only a 50-year-old movie, so I don't think
now maybe I want to watch it this weekend. Now I'm not going to enjoy it much.
No, I'm sorry I ruined your experience, Jeffrey.
Yeah. I cried during Rudy.
But yeah, it's an emotional movie.
Yeah, when his friend dies and he keeps trying to get in, he can't get in, he keeps getting rejected, and I'm sitting here by myself watching it. And I'm like, what is wrong? I am a pussy. I am sitting here crying at Rudy, at Sean Ashton.
I cry at little shit though, but like it's normal stuff to cry at. Like when you see like the little snippets on social media when like the kids are losing their minds and they put their glasses on them for the first time when they're babies and they start seeing the world differently.
Oh, that's more embarrassing. You're sitting there on your couch with your phone and you're watching people come home from being employed. Yeah, and their kids are reacting and families cry. And I'm sitting there and I got a tear running down I'm like, I got to get a better life. It
just shows that you're actually human.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I shouldn't be like that.
Why? Emotional?
No,
that's your feelings, Jeffrey.
No, just to sit and hold your phone and cry at reels. It's probably all put on anyway. No.
Listen, I've cried at some reels I've seen. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, you act.
No. I'm an emotional boy, Jeffrey.
Yes, you and Warren Zevon.
The next one is number 2 that does not belong in this class.
She's great.
She's good. She does not belong in a rock and roll.
Like don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Sade. Your Love Is King is a great song. My son, who is a huge Sade fan, kind of thought she was more like light rock. I'm like, I don't see her as being light rock.
I think back in the day that was called adult contemporary.
What would you categorize her? Would you still put her as adult contemporary, easy listening?
Like light, easy listening. Like, easy
Smooth
listening.
Operator might even be yacht rock.
Smooth
days.
jazz.
Right. But I don't, it's not rock and roll. See, this isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore. This is now just a music Hall of Fame.
We know.
You know, oh, it's such Sean, it's not only about you. It's about our listeners.
Say the same things every time.
We're trying to follow this maybe we have a new listener who's coming in and saying, I've never heard this. And if you had never heard this before, I'm Jeffrey Paul. This is Sean Morton. We're both comedians. I was in the movie The Irishman. Sean he played Black Betty's once. And this is what we do. We talk about music, and we have a producer named Adam Holtz, and he's a very good producer with insane, horribly taste in music. Okay, so after Sade, we had on the list Luther Vandross.
Number 3, who doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I mean, his only connection to... Oh, let's go back to Sade for a second. 3 songs by Sade. What are you playing?
Smooth Operator, No Ordinary Love, and those are the only 2 that I know.
And Your Love Is King.
There you go. I'll give you that one. It could be fucking Alabama Sassafras, and I would be like, all right, cool. Yeah, it's a great song. I have no idea.
Alabama Sassafras was not done by her. It was a Kim Carnes song off of her 3rd album.
There you go. See, you know everything, Jeff.
I'm good. But Alabama Sassafras is a smoker. It was Kim Carnes trying to do a little bit of Southern rock.
Was she trying to like, one up Betty Davis eyes? Is that what it was?
Yeah, she wanted to kind of see at that time with Kim Carnes and Alabama Sassafras, she was very influenced by Rick Danko and the band, so she was trying to write something down in that vein.
You really suck at improv, you know that, right?
I thought, Adam, did that sound pretty good?
Silence is golden. Exactly. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Adam always has my side, Jeffrey. Understand that. It's a silent coup against you. We don't make it known.
I thought that sounded pretty convincing.
It really was fucking terrible. But
really?
So now we got.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. So we got Luther Vandross again. Great singer. As far as like R&B, he's the biggest R&B.
He sang background in Alabama Sassafras.
Apparently, yeah. But he sang backup for somebody big, wasn't it?
David Bowie.
Bowie, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he sang on Young Americans.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, again, great. As far as 80s R and 90s R&B goes, is there a bigger male singer? Probably not, right? I don't think so. So does that put him in? If you categorize him just by R&B, then it puts him in. But I don't believe it does.
I mean, for me, he always was a kind of like a periphery artist. I never bought a Luther Vandross record. I never really took the time to kind of get familiar with his catalog. I mean, what I've heard him sing. I once heard him sing a great version of What Becomes of the Brokenhearted on some type of Motown tribute, and I thought he sang it really well. But I'm not that familiar with him. I couldn't give you 3 songs of Luther Vandross right now.
Well, Here and Now is a monster. I think that's one of like those wedding songs.
Never Too Much is really good.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Okay, so you guys know a
that's
couple.
That's about all I know.
Yeah.
Adam, did you ever cry at a Luther Vandross song? Here and Now?
I mean, Here and Now is
I'll give you a song that I cry at. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. This is so fucking embarrassing.
The Rush song?
Choose.
No, why? No, not Rush. Like at a wedding, sometimes they have a DJ and you dedicate a song. So I always dedicate a song to my wife, and it's the Kenny Rogers song "Through the Years."
See, you're a hack.
It's a
fucking hacky, song. Dude. It's like the most popular. Oh, let me guess. Yeah. We were married young, and now we're old and we're married. And I promise to stay together with you. Shut the fuck up.
It's not a hack. Let me tell you something. See, this is why you're a jerk. Okay. Because you take a song that there's certain things that are just timeless and that they stand the test of time. Not because they're hack, they stand the test of time because they're good and they're poignant. And that song, if you listen to the words, man, the words, they really express how you feel and appreciation you have for your partner. You know what I said, Adam, partner? It's 2026. I don't want to be offensive. But I remember we were at a wedding last year. I had to go to like 5 weddings last year. And at one of the weddings, I'm playing this song and it was starting to get to me a little bit. And I was just like so embarrassed that I was tearing up a little. And I kept saying it was my allergies.
Is somebody cutting onions in here or something?
Yeah, I think I had it. But it's such a nice song.
It's really nice.
You ever cry at a song, Adam?
Let me see. Probably
Seether? Did you say the Seether?
Well, the Beatles in My Life is always
great song.
Yeah. You know, I could see you crying at Billy Joel's This Is the Time.
No.
And like right when like the whole boom, boom.
Yeah.
He pulls her closer in for the dance.
Right.
So like, I want you to really feel the energy in this one.
But that's not really a sad song. This is the time.
Very sentimental, you know?
You know what I was doing? My wife is in Croatia right now, right? And I'm home. I'm taking care of the house. I have to take care of the cats. And as I'm taking care of the cats last night, which, it's cleaning out their bowl, giving them some treats, putting some food, I was singing to them. I was singing a Billy Joel song, but I was singing it like the leprechaun in the movie The Leprechaun.
The fuck is wrong? I'm not high enough to hear this shit, dude. I'm envisioning this.
Did you ever see The Leprechaun, that movie?
Yes, of course.
It's on, for some reason, it's on Sci-Fi Channel all the time. Just pay attention, you'll see it. And there'll be leprechaun in the hood, leprechaun in space, leprechaun in Vegas, and everything he says is in a riddle, and he talks like that. And I was singing a Billy Joel song. I forgot what song it was, but I was singing it like the leprechaun to the cats.
Can you do We Didn't Start the Fire like that?
I was just like laughing. It was like 11:30, 11:45, and I called my son just to tell him that because I just thought it was so funny.
I'm just glad you called your son and not me.
I wouldn't call you out. You get up early.
Yeah, very, very early.
I'm not going to disturb you. I would call Adam. What's Adam doing all day? Sitting there, going to record stores trying to find the latest Gritty Polity or I don't know, whoever band he would have listened to in the 80s.
Did you get anything for Record Store Day this year?
Nah.
I didn't bother going either. Kind of lost the luster a little bit.
I saw a lot of videos of a lot of long lines, though.
People were waiting online Friday afternoon at Looney Tunes in Long Island from the pictures I saw that they posted.
For what? What are they doing?
Record Store Day is twice a year. So they put out like exclusives that only come out on that day. And depending on, what record it is, it can be a limited run of, say, 100 nationwide or 1,000 or a couple of thousand. And they all come out on that day. So most of the time, the good stuff pretty much is sold out that day. And you can't buy them online until like after the first like round goes. You know what I mean? Like a couple of days later, Newberry Comics will sell whatever stock is left over. But people wait on fucking lines for 24 hours just to get, these special records.
These are people who will do that. That will also buy DoorDash.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
You guys do DoorDash?
All the time.
What's wrong with you guys?
Why?
A couple of things. One, the markup is ridiculous. It's 30%. It's not going to the restaurants. You're that lazy you can't get up and get your own food, or you just
I don't know. Maybe when I smoked a quarter ounce of fucking weed, had 200 milligrams of pot, I don't think it's a good idea for me to get behind the fucking wheel because I want a crumb cake. How about I just go like this?
I would take that risk and have you drive.
See, you're very mean tonight. I don't know what I did to you tonight. You know what it is? I think, I'll tell you exactly what this is. And this is something that you really got to look into a little deeper. You said your wife's on vacation, right? She's in Croatia. You're being extremely mean to me. I think you're projecting on me because this is how you talk to your wife.
I'm not having any type of human contact. It's very lonely here now. My dog isn't even here. He's at the clinic. I'm hanging out with the cats.
Your curtains are crooked. I mean, it's a fucking mess over there.
Yeah, it's. I gotta get this together, man. But I've been out for the last 5 nights, and she's not coming back until next week.
Oh, she's so happy right now.
She is really happy.
She really is. Can you imagine like what is like? Okay, so like if you're in Florida, if she's in Florida and you call and say I broke my leg, like she's like, oh fuck, all right, I'll be back in 2 hours. Jeff, I can't. I'm in Croatia. Like you got to deal with that. Like I'm international.
We're texting, but there's no phone calls.
Oh, she is so happy right now. I can't even put into words the thoughts that are going through this girl's head.
It looks beautiful. Where she's staying looks amazing. And where am I? What am I doing?
I'm fucking living a dream in Tottenville, Jeff.
I'm with you. I'm with Adam Holtz. Okay. And I got interviewed by a guy who's jumping all over the place. Keep asking me, is anything I did virtual?
Last one is the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I know you like the Wu-Tang Clan because you think they're edgy, and I guess they are, but I don't see them as being rock and roll.
Well, again,
They're
it's not about rock and roll at this point. It's not about rock and roll at this point. And not only do I think they either open the show or they close the show. I think it's them and Oasis. I think those are the two that open and close the show.
Let me tell you something. If they're the closer, then change the name of the building tomorrow.
It's probably going to be Oasis. I would imagine out of this class, but I can definitely see them opening the show. They want the big name, the two biggest names that are going in are those two.
What about Phil Collins? Phil Collins may go first.
They may have to fucking wheel his ass out so he can go back,
But, and wheel his old ass out. Let's wrap this up by. We're happy that Maiden got in. Mm-hmm. Nobody else really on that list was. Well, I guess Phil Collins was kind of like a long time omission. He should have been in earlier.
Yeah.
If I think right now my crusade is going to be Styx. I don't know how you can put Foreigner in. I don't know how you can put Chicago in. I don't know how you can put Journey in without putting Styx. They're the same as these bands as far as how big they are, how long they've been doing it, the amount of hits. I think Styx really is a very deserving band.
Does Dennis DeYoung pay you? Is he like a silent sponsor on this show that I don't know about?
It's the truth. I mean, for years it was Pat Benatar, because I don't know how you could put Joan Jett in before Pat Benatar. Joan Jett, her biggest hits are all covers. Pat Benatar at least had her own hits, and probably more, definitely more of them.
You ever been tested for autism?
No.
Really?
What's autistic about this?
I don't know that you repeat the same fucking stories for the last 6 years. We know this shit. Do you have Alzheimer's? Does that like her genetic?
No. But again, you see, you don't know how broadcasting then works. We get people just jumping on for the first time.
I'm Sean Morton. This is Jeffrey Paul. This is the Who's Your Band podcast. Adam Holtz, our producer behind the scenes.
I always got to take my shit.
I just did it right. That's all. Listen, this was a good episode. I think, again, we agreed on most of them. We agreed on most of the ones that we knew were going to go in. I think the ones that kind of we didn't agree on were kind of close. And I think all of our picks that we didn't think should go in were all valid.
Who was on that list that probably should have gone in over a couple of those?
Probably Melissa Etheridge, I would think.
Yeah, I would think Melissa Etheridge over Sade.
Or Pink. I'm surprised Pink didn't go in, to be honest.
What do you have? Stock in Pink? You would Pink. And Mariah Carey, another one.
I didn't say Mariah should go in, did I?
I know, but at the time, you was like, she definitely has to go in.
Her autograph picture right here next to me at all times.
Yeah, you are the worst. See, how would you put these people in, but yet you don't bring up a band like Thin Lizzy? Motorhead.
I think, again, a lot of the arguments you make are valid, but again, a lot of the arguments that you're also going to make, it's because that's your musical wheelhouse too. So the musical influence of Thin Lizzy for the rock, the punk, the hard rock. You understand that influence. So that's why you want them to go in. But to the outside people, they don't get how influential a band like that is.
I mean, but the people who are supposed to be doing the nominating are supposed to be rock and music experts, and they don't know what they're doing. They really don't, man. I think it's it is a popularity contest. I think they like you said at the beginning of the show, they wanted to make this the most diverse class ever, and I think. And it is. Okay, fantastic. But I think it should be more about a meritocracy, and it should be about the music. And hey, look who came into this.
Eli, that's the closest thing to pussy you're getting.
Eli made it on the show.
We got to wrap. That's it. Nothing's beating that.
That's my little guy. That's Eli. He's such a good boy. He sleeps on top of my head at night. Eli is so funny.
Eli, do you know how to grab a pillow?
He does know how to grab a pillow. He's a good boy.
This was fun.
All right, guys. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm going to go now watch the Knicks.
Ah, okay. You enjoyed that. Celtics won the other day.
Because you know what we got to do?
What's that?
Right after the Knicks beat the Hawks in 5, you know who they're going to wind up playing?
I know they're going to play.
They're going to play your Boston Celtics.
And the Celtics are going to wipe the floor with them.
Well, how'd that work out last year? Not too good. Hey, Adam.
Yep.
You think Styx should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Should they be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I'd put Thin Lizzy over them, though.
I would agree with that.
I think they both have to get in. That's gonna be my new crusade. I always got to find a new crusade. Styx, Thin Lizzy. All right, guys. Listen, everybody. This was a fun one. Who's your band? Follow us on our social medias. Sean, Morton, Jeffrey, Paul, Adam, whatever Adam has going on. He always has something crazy going on. He's an interesting character too. And we'll be back next week with more Who's Your Band. Take care, everyone.